This is basically a tutorial area where we're going to start the game, but again, we don't want to do a tutorial like everybody else does, which is kind of like, go collect 5 wolf pets or go kill 10 rats. We actually we put you in the middle of a centaur invasion. So we're going to go ahead and talk to Corporal Byrne here, who summons you over with some voice work. And he tells you, what, while the village is under attack, we need to go collect, 3 villagers and bring them to the inn. So you'll notice, we place you right in the middle of the action. There's a sense of urgency. There's a sense that, look, if you don't do anything, this is going to end badly. So we go ahead and collect our first villager, and she's going to go ahead and run to the inn. So at this point, we'll head over to the inn and talk to Sergeant Walters to find out what the next step is. And as for a tutorial, this is a little linear, but it definitely gets people into the action and moving along the storyline very quickly. So one of the things you're noticing here is that Matthew is actually dodging. Unlike other games, our combat in Guild Wars 2, you can actually dodge projectiles and attacks. So it really does mean pay attention to what's going on in screen. You can minimize your damage. So we'll head into the inn at this point and talk to Sergeant Walters. And as I mentioned, storytelling is very important for us. This is an example of a cutscene that we do where we integrate NPC models with your character models to do the dialogue and storytelling.
Sergeant, there are more centaurs on the other side of town. Captain Thacker is calling for reinforcements at the garrison. If he's calling for help, it must be serious, but I can't spare anyone. I'll go. Captain Thackeray's never failed Divinity's Reach. If I can help him, I will. Balthazar bless you. That's the spirit that'll win this war. Good luck.
All right. So we've received instructions that the main garrison that helps defend Divinity's Reach and shaemoor is under attack by a centaur invasion. So we will go ahead and head over there and assist Logan Thackeray, who is the captain of the guard there. As you run over, I just want to make a note. You're seeing the lightning, the cloud, the rain. This is actually part of our weather system, which is something that is entirely scriptable. And so as we do dynamic events trigger off in the world. They can also have weather effects. So how are we looking at the gate? Right now the gate is closed while they try to defend off these centaurs. So what Matthew just showed off is our elementalists can actually change attunements between different elements. He just moved from fire, which is a very high damage attunement, to water, which is a little bit more defensive and provides healing abilities. It's very important that our skill system be dynamic like this. We wanted to keep the UI pretty clean so you don't have skills populating all over your screen, but at the same time give you a lot of versatility as to what skills you can use. And we do this in Guild Wars 2 by mechanics like elemental attunement, which changes your skill bar, and also with other professions you'll be able to switch weapons, and that will change the first 5 skills. That's interesting here is that we didn't actually have to talk to anybody to see any text to hear to find out what's going on. We have a lot of ambient voice work integrated into the game so that to avoid the whole notion of having to read lots of walls of text. Most of the time, we want it to be dead obvious through both visuals and sound what's going on and how you need to help.
But at the same time, we understand that there are people who want to read some of those background information, and most NPCs that you see still have information that people can get about what's happening and why.
So we've gone ahead and, oh, just ignore him. What happened is the event has gone ahead and kicked off. You see what happened here in the upper right is you got a notification, defend the garrison. This is our first event. And you see Logan Thackeray and his guards are there to help us. But there are waves of centaurs coming in. You see there's the notification, and also you'll see there's a status bar that tells you, how far you're progressing through the event. Now, right now, we're the only players here playing this event, but the interesting thing to note about dynamic events is they scale up to the number of people who are playing. We never want people to regret other players coming in and participating in a dynamic event. Likewise, just as the difficulty will scale up to keep the fight interesting for all the players involved, the rewards likewise scale up. So you should never feel that more players actually went ahead and, took rewards from you. Everybody who participates in an event will get a reward. And we found that, especially to people who don't actually play MMOs, this is a far more intuitive way to deliver this kind of content. All right, it looks like we've been doing pretty well against the Centaur, so they've gone ahead and unleashed their champion, Modnir here. And he looks like he's going to be a little tougher than the other Centaurs we've defeated to date. Oh, go ahead and switch back to Fire.
I was trying to keep the other guys alive.
All right, you see here we went ahead and succeeded in the first chain of the event, which is to defend the garrison. And now we are moving into the second part of the event chain. Clearly, the champion feels that he maybe is a little outmatched, so he's going to go ahead and call for help. So he's gone ahead and summoned this Earth Elemental. Keep in mind, this is all happening before you even hit level 2. We really wanted to make sure that, as you're going through the game and experiencing it, even at the early levels, it does have that epic, heroic feeling. This is a lot cooler than killing 10 rats. So you're going to want to make sure, Matthew, that you're dodging and staying out of the way of some of the projectile attack, like those.
I'm working on it. I'm the only guy out here.
I know. I have complete faith that you can take this elemental on.
If there were a few more players, I would like it.
But as I mentioned, this guy is a boss, so he's not going to be as easy as some of the other, opponents we've been fighting. And at the same time, if there were more players here, he'd be even harder. We would have scaled this up. But as it is, it looks like you're doing pretty good.